So a couple days ago, I just walked out of my job. Uh, I didn't plan this, but I was working at Goodwill for about a month and I just hated it from the get-go. It's just a horrible company to work for. They're greedy and I just felt like a slave working there. The pay was very low, but I was working there only because I was trying to humble myself, thinking I needed a job. Because after I get out of this treatment center, I'm going to be moving on to sober living, most likely. And I was kind of just still controlling things too much, thinking that I needed a job before I go into sober living. But in all reality, you don't. And basically, this is what I was thinking about the day that I left. I was like, I don't need this job right now. I don't pay rent. And it just frees me up to do stuff like this and to double down on my recovery because I want to stay clean really bad. And I'm going to. It's just I was pretty much working on a relapse by working at that job. It was stressing me out that much. So it was the best decision I've made in a really long time. I felt liberated when I left that job. I literally just got my stuff out of my locker and punched out and I just walked out. Didn't even say anything. And once I got on the bus, I was just reflecting on this and it felt good. It felt like the best decision I've made in a really long time. You know, I'm just gonna let the chips fall where they may in life. I'm gonna stop controlling things so much. Stop trying to hold on to things. Stop trying to keep things together with string and duct tape. Because I'm tired of being stressed out over outcomes that I can't control. And am I gonna work? Yes, but I'm never gonna be working a job that crushes my spirit ever again. My intuition was just yelling at me, like screaming, just get out of this place. It was toxic. The vibe always felt off there. And I always discerned this, but I would just look the other way because I thought that I needed this job. But really, again, I didn't need it. And I just want to reiterate that anytime that we have that intuitive feeling to follow our dreams, we should always follow it. We shouldn't ever just drown that voice out just thinking it's just a bunch of nonsense, because it's not. We're trailblazers here, especially the ones that are actually off of the Suboxone right now, that are along with me doing this. We're the examples, and we're the proof that this can be a reality and that there is life beyond that Suboxone shit. That stuff, it just kills your spirit. I think we're all done with killing our spirit, and that's why we got to move on to things in life that fulfill us, that make us feel fulfilled and happy. There's nothing wrong with being our authentic selves. People are either going to like us or not like us, and it's fine either way. Let the chips fall where they may. That is like the best saying ever because it just takes so much pressure off of us. No, we're not smart enough to live our lives just controlling everything. That's why we need to lean on the divine, whether you call this God, higher self, the universe, whatever. We can't live this life without divine guidance. And this also takes a lot of the pressure off of us too. There's so much to life. Like today, I was exploring Austin. I was in this hipster side of the city, and it was totally my vibe. I was drinking an Americano, and I felt great. It was like the best day I've had today in a long time since I've got off that Suboxone stuff, and since I quit that stupid soul-sucking job. It's just the greatest feeling ever because I took my hands off the situation and I just let go. I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm gonna work jobs, but only enough to survive. I'm not gonna be greedy because I know abundance is in my future. I just gotta be patient and keep moving forward in what I'm doing. But yeah, I came to Austin from Chicago. One day I just spurred out, got on a bus. I booked a suite for 45 days. I had money to do this, and I just decided why not, you know? My intuition was always telling me to come down here, and I did. So, you know, one thing led to another. I got kicked out of the suite because I couldn't pay the rent anymore because I was so depressed being on that Suboxone shit. I just wouldn't go out looking for any work to pay for it. And it was for the better because it backed me into a corner and it made me realize I need to go get help, which I did. And I've been in treatment almost 4 months now, and I'm going on almost 4 months sober from everything, including that Suboxone shit. So yes, it can be done. There was somebody in my comment section that said, "Oh, I'll believe it when you make an update at the 6 month mark," and I told him I will, because he's sort of correct. A lot of these people that make these videos, they disappear after like the second or third month, but that's not gonna be me. Once we make a decision in our hearts, the game is over. It's once we actually believe in ourselves, that's when we're able to do what we want to do. It's possible, guys. It's possible. There is a whole life on the other side of this fence. The reason why we're so miserable in our lives is because we're on the fence, and it doesn't matter what the